Alrighty guys, we're doing a water pump on a 2005 Buick Lacrosse. Let me see. It's the Lacrosse, Buick Lacrosse. This water pump's a little tricky to get to. I already started on it, but this goes right here. Excuse the shitty camera recording. That boot goes there. All I did was unplug the sensor. That's all I've done so far, but to get to the, it's a bitch. It's way up in there. Behind this manifold. So let me put a flash on. Hold on. See if it helps out. These are your heater core lines, or the tubes. They go on top of the thermostat housing. So you gotta take these heater hose lines off to the tubes up here, inlet, outlet, and then you take off. It's either 2 or 3 bolts on the thermostat housing. You can get these heater core pipes off, and once you get those heater core pipes off, this is a thermostat housing right here that these heater core lines are bolted to. You can see one spot right here where it's bolted, or my finger's touching. It's kind of hard to tell. Or actually, that's not. It's more bolted in here. I'm sorry. But there's one spot. There's about 3 screws. You take this heater core tubing off, then you can take your thermostat housing off to get to your thermostat. It's a real tight area, and it's a bitch to get these bolts out. But I'm gonna come back with you with an update here in a second when I get some progress. Give me a second. Oh, and another thing I should note, the reason I took this tube off, self-explanatory, give me some more room. If you're still struggling on space, you can take this throttle body off. It's just 4 bolts and it comes off. Yeah, 4 bolts, this comes off. It'll give you, quite a bit more room, but you don't want to mess with this flap, because you can throw the mapping off, throw off the calibration. It'd have to get remapped, and you don't want to mess with that flap. But I'm gonna try to do it without taking that off. Like I said, the only thing I took off is this breather hose for the air box, and that's it. So let's get on it.
3 weeks later.
Alright guys, I got the heater core tubes out. It was just 2 bolts. It's those 2. The more left pipe, it's just a O-ring, and it's it's tacked onto this flange. 2 bolts. This heater tubing comes out. It's routed in through here. You just kind of wiggle it out. This right here is for the 2 heater hose connected up top right here, where those inlet and outlet were, and it goes down in here. Right there. So those 2 bolts, and then this whole assembly you see right there is the thermostat housing. I gotta take out. It's gonna be hard for me to point to. Let me see if I can get a screwdriver or something. Nice. Maybe it'll work. Maybe not. Gotta take out 1, 2, and then it'd be 3 right here. And then the 4th one would be right there. Be this one right here. It'll be 1, 2, and then further in there, there'd be 3, and then 4 right there. And that thermostat housing should come out. I also changed the water pump earlier, but it was like a 30-minute, 40-minute job, no problems. Really straightforward, so I didn't even bother to film it. Really just tensioners right here. Pull the belt off. There's your water pump. The 4 bolts on the pulleys are 10s. They come off fairly easy. The water pump itself had 6 bolts go around it, and they're 10s as well, 10 millimeters. The 4 10s on the pulley that comes off. Should be able to wiggle out right here. I went ahead and before doing that, figured make myself some more room. I took this fuse box off, just these 2 bolts, loosened them, kind of were able to lift it off those bolts, those studs, and kind of pull it this way, and then I could take off these 2 bolts and pull out this reservoir, coolant reservoir, pull it straight up and out. And as you can tell, that cleared out a lot of room right here. And a way I was able to pull this out too, I took off this connector. I'm assuming this is some kind of ECM or something. I took this connector off, pull it up and over, pull the box over, pulled out the reservoir. Here's the line for the reservoir. It's just a clamp right here. I disconnected the battery terminals. I already got them connected though, and then water pump comes out really easy. New one goes right back in. And get you the old one here somewhere. Oh my God, here it is, here it is. It was leaking out of this. Where is it at? Let me see. Oh, right there, that weave hole. It's leaking out of that weave hole. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take those 4 bolts off. Like I said, I'll get that thermostat housing off, and I'll show you what she looks like. Alright guys, I got a little update for y'all. Let me see. I got the 4 bolts out, but the issue we're having is the housing won't slide that way off of this pipe right here. It's supposed to slide off of this one that way, but it won't because of the thermostats in here. Thermostat's not allowing the housing to slide over that way, and you can't pull it away from the block because of this bolt down here. Watch that bolt right there that I'm taking out where it focused. But once I take out that bolt, I'll be able to pull it away from the block and then get it finished taking apart. So I just thought I'd let y'all know that little situation. And also the situation on this pipe, that 5th screw I was telling you that y'all had to take out, all I did was loosen it. I didn't take it all the way out, as you can see, just enough to where this pipe can, you know, move back and forth. Once it can move back and forth, I pulled it away from the block, and then I was able to slide that housing off with that without it interfering with that that thermostat hole right there in the block. So this thermostat's pretty long, so you're gonna have to loosen that bolt, get that pipe away from the wall. Alrighty, I got it off. Looks, I don't know what that little white stuff is, but apart from that little white thing I'm seeing, it actually looks pretty clean in that engine, which is a good thing. Yeah, I touched that white stuff. It just, not sure what that was. Maybe some type of buildup or something, but I mean, it looks pretty clean in there. It's only held on right here by an O-ring and that bolt. I'm gonna clean that O-ring up, clean that little fitting right there, clean up the block right there where that gasket material stuck. Make sure you clean that real good with hit it with a emery cloth, sandpaper. And when you buy the new water pump, it comes with a gasket. You know, it's up to y'all guys. You want to use the gasket or gasket maker. Just remove all the old material, get it sanded up, cleaned, reinstall everything back together. Alright, I got the new thermostat in. Kind of a bitch to get it in. Let me see if I can get this focused in right here. 1 second, guys. Hold on. It's kind of a bitch. You had what you gotta do is compress this spring. This plate up top compresses it. When you push this plate down, it compresses the spring. You compress it and you spin that when it's compressed, you're gonna spin that plate to where it locks under these tabs. See if I can get it. Yeah, just like that. What I use, the easiest thing, socket goes right over. I'll show you on the old one. It's kind of hard filming with one hand. Let's see if I can. Alright. When you squeeze this socket down, it grabs them ears. It'll compress it, and then you can spin it. Them tabs under these little locking posts. And on with the new. Let's see. I already got the gasket on there. The gasket is actually, one side it's sticky, so it peels like a sticker. This gray side on the other side of it has a white little sticker peel. And I just stuck it right there to the block, so it's already lined up and everything. I got this side prepped. Just reverse order of everything. Put it back together.